So that's recording.
Alright. Yeah, I'll get in first, so makes things easy.
I've never been in the back. You haven't ridden in the back.
Oh, you'll like it, yeah. That's the Cadillac, right?
It's the center of gravity, right?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
And I've
Worked hard to perfect my center of gravity.
I have my
And lower it.
That happens with age, doesn't it? I've noticed that myself.
okay, and I got my license on me, and I've had 3 takeoffs and landings in the last month actually, so it's fine.
Alrighty.
I'm sure he's going to beat you with the back of his hand if there's a problem there.
Stand on the seat again.
This is the first time taking him up?
Yep, this is the first time taking it past it.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Let me get my fat ass out of the way here.
Okay, so I'm going to trust you not to touch things like the radio.
I'm not touching anything.
Got it. Good.
Both of my hands are going to be on my seatbelts.
Okay.
You need your, your red riddles are fine.
Real traffic, Cherokee 26 Juliet, breaking off to the north and departing to Winchester.
So, altimeter is set to airport elevation of 709 feet. It can be within that range. All the other instruments look correct, and everything else is set correct, including the it's a 1202. My ballast is in. My belt is on. Is your belt on?
I am belted in. I'm strapped in.
Great. That will stay on until the entirety of the flight, until we get onto the ground. Controls. Free and correct. Comms left to do it get out there. Cable same. Is the dolly removed?
It is removed.
Great. So we can push back to the hold short line.
Alright.
Yeah.
There's no traffic in the area that I see. No, wait. We do have, he's heading out to the north, right?
Break off
To Winchester. Yep.
Okay. That sounds fine.
Start real traffic, ladder 1 Kilo Sierra 45 to right, downwind 28, front royal.
So he's on the 45.
Tell you what, we will hold the whole short line. Kilo Sierra's coming in.
Perfect. Is your canopy closed and locked?
Yes.
Got it, and I can see the pins, and is also your window closed too, I guess?
My window is closed and my little window is closed.
Perfect. I'm gonna keep my little window closed because you don't need it with this weather. I even got my little camera on.
Yeah. I'm just going to be silent and enjoying the ride.
Okay. Great. My trim is going to be set to right there, about as Bob Slaughter once told me, full forward and an inch back.
Front royal traffic, ladder 1 Kilo Sierra, right downwind 28, front royal.
Okay. Perfect.
Real traffic, ladder 1 Kilo Sierra, right base 28, front royal.
Okay, so the traffic is off our right. And you know where the sick bags are, which is good. I hope I don't make you sick, but who knows. If there's not any, I think I can pass you some.
I have a hat.
Yeah, I have sick bags at the front, so if you need them, I can pass them.
Don't throw up in the the
Constructor.
envelope that has the airworthiness certificate.
Yeah, that might not go over well with a few people.
Pass by behind you anytime, make a radio call, we're set.
Okay. Got it. From a traffic light 21 kilo, pushing out runway 28 for 1. Okay, my call has been made. I'm gonna make my call to 850. Husky 850, glider 21 kilo, tow to 3000.
3000.
Thank you.
Different route traffic, Scavengers 511 to Cessna 132. We're top the airport, 4,000 feet. Maneuvering to the south, we'll be coming back in for 45. 28 front row.
Okay. So they won't be a factor until we're in the air, and they'll probably be in the ground by then. Okay. Get down the center for the most part. Rope. Close. Of course, our emergency plan, same as always, if something happens when we're basically on the ground or falling to a plane, we can brake and go off to the right side of the runway so he has room on the left. Just do that, hold to the left. Once you get above that, of course, there's that not so great field. Also, if you have to, the right side taxiway is technically able to be landed on. Then on the left side, past the trees, there's a field. And once we get above 200 feet, I can make the decision to turn back to the airfield. We'll make a left turn to do so. Looks good. Okay. Get the air brakes open, and we're going to hold them open until the tow plane takes up slack.
Royal traffic, Husky 850, taking off runway 28, glider in tow, front Royal.
Okay. Wing up! Before takeoff check is complete. Here we go. Okay, we're just gonna follow behind the tow plane all the way down the runway. And keep going, and there's the field. And just about now we can make those fields on the left. And as we keep going up, we are at 200, we can make it back to the runway. And then, of course, we can make it up to the runway as we continue to climb out. Basically, we're just going to keep going up with the tow plane. And hopefully it should drop us off south, because I think the winds are a bit southerly. Okay. another check. At this point, we could do a semi-augmented pattern back to the runway, which is behind us, probably landing still on 10.
Traffic, Ventures 511, 2 miles, 45, 2-way.
Okay. So he's landing at 2-8, 45. Okay. Going up. We are climbing through 2000 at this point. We could do a normal pattern.
Rockford traffic, Ventures 511, downwind on runway with 2-8.
It's just as smooth as glass.
Niner 38 on the mic, 13 miles out on hour, left 25, nickel. Rosberg traffic, Sky Ventures 511, turning base, runway 25. Sorry, traffic, 24, sorry. 2-8.
And as we climb to our release altitude, the airport is off to our left. Notice to the bottom left of the tow plane. Notice to our right. As soon as we hit 3700 MSL, I will pull the release. All right.
Ventures 511, turning mile, Front Royal, 2-8.
And I'm going to do a Ron sort of turn where we go back right to here. Now the tow plane is out of sight. I'm going to do a full 360 to the right. So how are you doing?
Great.
Yay! I think there's somebody who's also a student, I guess a student, because I heard the radio, they sounded a little bit confused. Okay, I have the tow plane in sight, no longer a factor. And once again, if you see any traffic, even though I'm the PIC, I would like to know about it. Pretend like I don't see anything, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I just can enjoy this until we sink to the ground. Because I can see like there's some smoke there. But I have a feeling that we're not going to get anything from it, because it's only going up to about 400 feet. I have to try flying over it though and seeing if we get anything, like 0.
Royal traffic on CA50, left 45, 2-8, Front Royal.
Do you have an electronic barrier in the back too?
9355 Mike on the 40 front left now. Traffic, Sky Ventures 511, clear runway 28.
Okay.
No traffic.
Do you also have an electronic barrier in the back?
I do.
Oh, okay. I still hear the whistling from yesterday.
Yeah, it's coming from gaps in the tape, I think.
That would make sense. now we just get to kind of fly around the mountains and enjoy them, because we're not losing any altitude.
Traffic, follows 5.5 mile final push, 25 Eagle. Alright, how's you doing? Traffic, that's 85 left downwind for 28 from Royal.
Cool.
Shadow traffic, great helicopter, right downwind, runway 23.
So this is kind of the exact same thing I would do with Jen or Mom, where I would, like, maybe I tried soaring a bit if it were a nice day, but just kind of show them what it is and, like... I'm just going to fly, like, around here in the mountains and kind of circle back. But we're not losing any altitude, so we're just kind of enjoying it. But we are getting pushed a bit by the wind. And if you look, I think there's actually a path
traffic, LCA 5 left base, 28 front row.
Along this ridge. There's a walking path. Because up on that rock area, I see some trail markers. Ooh, that's kind of being loud, okay. It might be hard to see. You might be able to see it when we turn in a second.
Traffic, LCA 5 final 28 front row.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of turn, I'm gonna make a right turn even though we're getting pushed by the wind. There we go. This is a steep turn. The only traffic I see is one on the ground at this point, so no big deal. Might fly towards our mincing. Make a right turn or left turn.
Traffic, Foxtrot 230 Kilo, 5 miles inbound to southwest. Royal traffic 72511, departing runway 28. Royal traffic. 28 front row.
Yeah, so at this point we're 2,000, almost 500? Yeah, 2,500. Just gonna be making our way back. Are you feeling good?
Yeah, feel great.
Great.
It's very smooth.
It is very smooth. Now normally I think I'd let like Jen or like Mom or like mimic me on the controls. I don't know if you want to like do that.
I'm just passengering today.
Yeah, I know.
Traffic final 730 Kilo, 45 number 2, St. Mary's.
Okay. So I'm gonna make a right sort of steep turn to demonstrate kind of what that's like.
Find that tank out. The distance.
And aircraft's taking off for runway 28, so I'm gonna make a 360, keeping our airspeed right at 50. I don't see any traffic that is not on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Well, one did just take off, but shouldn't be an issue. Here we go. Got our 55. Yep, we're getting to right around almost 2,000 now. Ooh, I have exactly 0 on the Vario. Because I think it's from the smoke, actually. Let's see if we can get like 10 feet of altitude. Make a left-hand turn. Let's see if I can get that Cessna is clear and shouldn't be a problem.
Front Royal, 7. Crosswind runway 28, Front Royal.
Now we're in sync. That means there might be some lift from this house, from the sky burning stuff. Ooh, maybe. Doesn't look like it too much. And that traffic is continuing on. Which is good. I'm gonna pretend like I'm thermaling.
Front Royal traffic, Skyvector 511, turning downwind, runway 28, Front Royal.
It's just lying to me. I feel like it. A lot of people out here also some like weird stuff in their backyards, you can see. I have the Skyventures plane in sight. They might be going back to land. Do you see it right at 11 o'clock? Now crossing in front of the nose. It might be behind my head. Yep. I don't know what they're doing. But once we hit 1500, I'm gonna make my way. So right when we call our 45, I'm gonna be at the 1500. That's my goal. So. Accelerate to 55 knots just because it makes my life easier in about 30 seconds. There we go. Perfect. Oh, there, we went positive for a single second on the vario. I'm counting that. Zero, we gained 1 foot. So now we're at almost 25. Or 15, I mean. So let's do our landing checklist. Fuselage, flaps, don't have them. Undercarriage is down and welded. The speed and pattern will be 55 knots. I'm trimmed to it, and we're air brakes are even on both sides. I'm going to close them and not lock them. Let's turn back towards the airport on 45. We're right at 1500, and I think we can make our call. Front wheel traffic lighter 2 and kilo on a right 45 for runway 28 for mile.
Skyvector 511, east runway 28, Front Royal.
Okay, they're ahead of us in the pattern. They should be down before we're down. May or may not lose a lot of altitude. I think we're making enough to use some. We're high, so we're gonna have to use some air brake on the downwind. And due to some of the prevailing winds, they've calmed down a lot. So I think I'll just fly basically a normal pattern for 55. And that Skyventures plane is still in sight, and our landing part of the checklist. So.
Skyvector 511, heading final runway.
We'll check out the runway checks complete. And so he's on final. He'll be off before we're probably even on base. Front traffic lighter 2 on kilo on a right downwind for runway 28 for mile. We're pretty high, and we're about midway, so we're gonna open the air brakes up. Of course, I'm gonna use basically the power lines markers to. We're a little farther out than I normally am. Granted, I'm normally pretty close. But this is going to be no problem whatsoever. Still no one in the pattern. Oh, they did a touch and go.
Departing to the north.
So that aircraft is going to be long gone. I'm going to turn on my base. Front traffic lighter 2 on kilo on a right base and final from my 28 for mile. Perfect.
Traffic, medevac characteristics, the north south climate is 4,500 passing 2 miles north of the field from west.
Okay. As you come down, I'm going to turn right around this electricity thing. You're right on the glide slope. Oop, there's some. A little bit of sink, but no biggie. And right in where I want to be. Gonna hold it, hold it, hold it as long as we possibly can. Full on the wheel brake, not full.
Real traffic. Glider 1 kilo 0, staging glider launch 1.2.
You can take your seatbelt off and open the window and stuff.
Escape 50, radio check.
And let's get out.
Copy the report.
I'll keep the nose down for it.
It's tough getting in and out of the back seat.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that. That looked nice. Hey, coffee and landing were beautiful.
Great.